wisdom is that Khan's speed could carry the early half. Of this fight.
Khan's a fast starter. You know, and
but it's not.
Well, it's the concentration one of Bud, and you know, Bud is a great counterpuncher. That's the reason why he's a little hesitant right now.
And he's got that supercomputer, that boxing IQ. He calculates and sizes and then solves the puzzle, unlocks the door.
You know, Bud takes a few rounds to warm up. Just as you said, download the information, and then he'll make his adjustments. I think Bud being a slow starter in this instance is good for him because he's trying to gauge the speed of Amir Khan. He's trying to gauge the range so he can start to slowly open up. It doesn't make sense for Bud to start exchanging with Amir this early, especially when Amir is fresh. Brings their hand speed and punching power, underrated punching power. And it's not just the speed, but it's the arc of the punch. It's the awkwardness of the punch. Again, to a person who has a trained eye in the sport of boxing, that's all bad, but it's all good for Amir Khan.
Moments ago, we saw Khan tripling up that jab.
That's exactly what Khan has to do. He has to out-jab Crawford. Because once Crawford starts getting his jab landing, then he's able to set up his combinations.
Statement that he's been looking for. Crawford, final 25 seconds of round number one. He was floating along, calculating, and then did he wake up. Closing that gap down. There's a right hand. And Khan has to tie up. Can he survive this round? Final 10 seconds. We have early drama here at MSG. Crawford, another right hand. And Khan is wobbly again. Trying to stay up. End of one. Wow. Bud Crawford.
I told you take your time and keep your hands up the whole time. You don't have to take that second punch. You understand? Quick reaches.
Dapat ang dula. Huwag pala marinig na.
Get yourself together, you all right? Watch the wall on your head. Hold your hand over.
Here's Khan reaching with the jab, throwing a jab from the wrong position. And you see the right hand, the counter-punching ability of Terence Crawford. This is one punch of power right here from Terence Crawford. You see how he chopped down with that? It wasn't a hard shot, it wasn't a long shot, it was very short and crisp, but right on the point, right on the point of the chin. And that's when Amir Khan finds himself doing that type of maneuvers when he gets hit right on the chin. Beautiful chopping shot, right down on the chin. I love that slow-mo cam right there.
Then there was the right hand at the end of the round. Here it is.
Set him up, timed him. Over the jab. Khan has a problem with distance. Sometimes he shoots his punches from too close. Sometimes he starts his combinations from too far away.
Folks, keep in mind, when Amir Khan took the other biggest challenge of his boxing career, he stepped up all the way to middleweight against Canelo Alvarez, who may have been 20 pounds more than him by the time they stepped in the ring and actually fought. He was winning all the early rounds, completely outboxing him, landing punches, utilizing the speed, and then there was just one mistake when Canelo got rid of him in the 6th, but Crawford just did that in the 1st.
Crawford's about to set him up right now for another big shot. You see Crawford fainting trying to get a reaction from Khan, and then he's going to eventually land something over the top.
Bernardo, what are you hearing from the corner of Khan in terms of how he's doing?
Virgil Hunter said, look, he's recovered now, but it's a long fight to go.
We will see. We will see when that next right hand lands. There's a body shot with the left hand from Crawford.
Yeah, I don't think he's recovered. I think he's slowly recovering. But Terrence needs to test him again and not allow him to fully recover. He needs to try to hit him with that same type of shot to get the same type of reaction.
Combination from Khan. Khan puts that right hand so quickly behind that jab with that speed as he lands a right hand on the undefeated champion.
You see Khan makes that right hand miss. He pulled. We'll call that a pull counter. He pulled back, came right back at Bud, landing a nice 1-2 combination.
So perhaps a bounce back moment for Amir Khan. We will see. You know how calculating Bud is.
You see Khan lunging forward, getting up beside himself. You know, his feet are behind, his hands are in front. Crawford's going to time him with something on the way in. Crawford's looking to set up that right hand. He's just waiting for the right time, and he's going to let it go.
He's always in position, isn't he?
There it is.
A lead right hand from Crawford, and he comes with another sweeping punch as it backs up Khan.
He's not wasting any punches, and that's Crawford. He's trying to land that one-hitter quitter on Amir Khan's chin once again. Nice jab from Crawford there from distance. He's starting to get that jab working. Look for the combinations after the jab.
Right hand to the body.
Khan felt that power. He's very hesitant at the moment. Not getting on his jab right now. Kind of flicking it out there and trying to choose the right opportunity to attack Terrence Crawford.
Two-punch combination. Then he went looking at the belt line before he had to get away from a sweeping punch. There's a lead right hand, and there's a flurry on the inside as Crawford ties up just a bit and looks over to David Fields, the referee. End of 2.
Hey, you got to keep boxing. Don't stop looking for that one shot, all right? Keep boxing him. Keep that jab in his face and shit. You keep that jab in his face, he can't do shit. And he gonna lunge at you. He gonna open himself up. Then you can counter. Keep your hands at home and keep your feet in place, bro. And when it's time
Tim,
to
take
go,
me through that combination by Khan.
Nice, the left hook. Khan leads with the left hook sometimes. Instead of shooting the jab, he'll come around the guard of Terrence Crawford. Here it is again. It's the awkwardness that, you know, Dre was alluding to about Khan. And a nice right hand afterwards to finish that combination. Caught Crawford pulling out.
Impressive stuff there by Khan after he was hurt and down in the first round and then impacted at the end of the first round to land that combination, the left hook, right hand combo by Amir Khan. What a scene here at the Garden. Crawford patiently waits. Here's that history-ringing bell here at MSG. And then comes out to get back to business. Hyper-focus and attentiveness. And there's a 1-2 combination from Khan again.
Yeah, and he lands it again because Crawford has a bad habit of pulling out with his hands. His hands not at home. Yeah, I like what Bomac, the hand trainer of Terrence Crawford, told him. He said, don't look for the one big shot. That's what you tend to do when you have a first round like Terrence Crawford just had, but he has to reset, go back to the initial game plan, and set the knockout blow up with boxing and a good jab.
It's so fascinating that hurting somebody early, that scoring a first round knockout can actually work as a disadvantage and take you off your game plan and your focus and everything you want to do.
Well, the one thing that I want to see from Crawford is, you know, he's not really paying a whole lot of attention to the body of Khan. And if he does that, he'll bring those hands down and he'll get Khan to block his body and protect his body, and then he'll be able to land a shot over the top. That's how Canelo slowed Amir down. It wasn't the headshot initially, it was the body shot, and then he finished with a devastating headshot. But just pay attention to how many body shots Terrence Crawford throws this round. Crawford in the southpaw position now. I think he understands the distance, and I think he understands the speed of Khan. So he's okay with Khan shooting that right hand. He's looking to counter him on the way in. With the right hook, there it is. It's got to be discouraging for Amir Khan because in the build-up to the fight, I think his only one thing that he was holding on to is he felt he was the bigger man. As you see tonight, he's not the bigger man or the stronger man. But here, just still waiting, trying to time Amir, trying to get Amir to make a mistake. Trying to counter him with something. There he is, take a half step back. He was looking for the right hook there. All the weight was on his lead foot. There it is.
That southpaw jab, doubles it up, and then the left hand behind.
There's not a single body shot yet for Terrence Crawford. Not a single body shot. If you want to set something up over the top, bang that drum, bang the body.
Of course, the body shot of the night came in our last fight with Teofimo Lopez, who is the buzz fighter among the younger generation, now 13-0 with 11 knockout score. Knockout in the fifth against former title challenger Ennis Tapley. What a night it's already been from MSG.
5, 4, 3, 2, I let one go.
Every time he wanted to come in, he give it away with his legs.
Featherweight and Lopez making his mark at lightweight. Right hook was Crawford, and he nearly got it.
That's all Crawford's doing. He's looking for Khan to make a mistake and then make a pay. See, Amir's been hurt, like I was saying, so many times. He's been knocked out multiple times. He's used to being in this position, as crazy as that sounds. So Crawford has to stay focused. He can't get caught up like Bomac did, which is looking for the knockout, because Amir Khan, he's still throwing.
Oh, there is that right hand. He survived it. That was nasty, wasn't it?
All set up by the body clutches from Crawford.
Body goes upstairs. Says that he's well done, Khan. Crawford really doesn't care. He's on the attack.
Amir's hurt right now. He's hurt. He's stung. He's moving back, trying to clear his head right now. The legs always tell on him. Yes, sir.
And right now, give me the assessment of the legs of Khan.
They're just not stable. Not under his legs, he's not stable. That's right hook. That's the shot that Crawford's trying to
Good body shot by Crawford.
Trying to set the right hook.
Goes for the body again, and then doubles it up with the left hand and goes upstairs as he's back to an orthodox stance now. And Crawford with the right hand squeezes past the belt line. Looks for the floor. He lands on the left to the body. He's got momentum now, doesn't he?
He's no good. He's like a shark right now. He knows he's weakening. Taking him down to the body and landing hard power shots up top. And I'm talking about Crawford.
Trying to shoot the uppercut that time as Khan came forward and opened up. Right hand from Khan to finish off a wild round.
It's hurting? It's okay. You gotta ignore it, okay? Let that motherfucker go, okay? Now on the inside, don't let him get off. Come over with the uppercuts. Okay? When he's coming down, you gotta stay down. Don't raise up. Okay. Shoot the short uppercuts, okay? Keep your jab working more for me. And the left hand, okay? The hook. Keep the hook working off the jab. Stay smart. Don't get caught with nothing, okay? Stay smart. Stay under your feet. Don't reach. Don't be anxious, okay? Don't catch him. Don't catch him. You got power in the right? Okay. Stay smart from me, okay? Come on now. Come on.
That is the face of a hunter, isn't it? Crawford landed a high 27 punches in this fight so far in round number 4. And he threw 27 of 58 with that damage done in that last round.
You hear Virgil telling Khan, don't be in a rush. You can see Khan just rush in with an overhand right. You know, he's telling him not to overcommit. Be smart. Set up your attack. He doesn't want his fighter to run into anything from Terrence Crawford.
Dre, you are under the tutelage of Virgil Hunter. Your entire career brought you to the highest heights that the sport can possibly offer. He is your godfather. You are as close to this trainer, Amir Khan, as any man is. What do you make of the message he's delivering to him?
I mean, Virgil's doing the best he can with what he has. You know, at the end of the day, you know, me and Amir Khan were two different fighters, two different pedigrees. He's doing the best he can with what he has. Best one in this round.
Khan says, come forward, bud. Come forward.
Watch the sweeping backhand of Terrence Crawford. He's setting it up. There he is. And there's a moving right as well. Now southpaw.
Can he give an angle? Here comes combination. Probing with the jab, back to orthodox. Probing with the jab, looking for a right hand, possibly to split the guard. Goes with a right uppercut. And there's a 1-2 from Khan. Give him credit. He was down in the first round. He's trying to hang in there. Oh, big left hand from Crawford. Overcome. Right hook. Switching back and forth from righty to lefty and having success.
You cannot say anything bad about Amir Khan's toughness. He's a tough Mama Jama boy. He's taking some big shots tonight. Too much of that toughness ain't good, though, Tim. And I will tell you this about Vern. He's thinking and pondering about throwing that towel in. Not right now, but it's close because he doesn't want to see Amir Khan go out like he did against Canelo Alvarez. He cares about the kid. Good right hand from Khan right there. It's just not enough, though. Terrence Crawford is on the prowl right now. Yeah, but you see how he threw the right hand. He rushed in. He with his chin out in the front. Panic shot. Yeah, out in the front. Terrence Crawford gonna have something waiting for that. If it starts to get ugly, Burns is gonna think about throwing that towel in.
Crawford lost. Solution and inflicting pain.
Yeah, Khan has very hesitant. He can't get inside. You know, Terrence Crawford can have a step back. He swoops with the check hook. He catches him with a straight back hand coming in. Just like that.
Khan lands one, excuse me. Khan on the way out of the chin. Some success for Amir Khan.
All that's going to do is extend the fight a lot longer than allow Terrence Crawford to target that punishment.
As Crawford stalks you as we come to the end of the round.
Much better round. You managed that last right, huh? Okay. When you southpaw, keep your hook on the outside end and jab on the top ends, okay? Yeah, hold your right hand. It's fine. Right hand is good? Yeah. All right. Towel. Where's the towel? Where's the towel? Okay? Don't have him wait to use the jab and jab over the top of here, okay? Flip over and dip over and get that hook in, okay? That's a round, a left hook. Okay? And keep the right hand up, okay? Yeah. I'm ready to hear you. Be smart now. Come on, okay? Be smart. You're doing well. Okay, come on now. Don't give up nothing.
Look at how reddened his face is. See the double lines on left side of his face. Nose is bruised, but he is hanging in there tough, and he put in some good work late in that round number 5. Amir Khan.
I couldn't help but notice, you know, that left hand that landed for Khan. You know, just look at the footwork as he moved in, just off balance. It's like he threw the shots running in, Dre.
That's
you know,
who he is.
no power on those punches, man. He's not sitting down on them. He's running in with shots.
Crawford trying to drop that right hand, man. He's trying to catch it in between his shots.
See the transition right there where he stepped back.
I just told him, man. Okay, I was just wondering.
decision. Or how they're going to rule it. I don't know that he got the full 5 minutes, or did he just say, I can't continue? Listen, how you answer that question becomes either a knockout or an accidental foul that gets us to a technical decision. Right. Whenever a fighter says, I can't continue, he has to be careful with what he's answering.
Exactly right.
Because you are given a full 5 minutes.
Offering up the TKO.
But he should have taken the full 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Bernardo, what do you know of this finish?
I just spoke with David Fields, the referee. He did rule a low blow, but that's not the reason the fight was stopped.
Interesting.
Virgil Hunter from down in his corner is the man who asked repeatedly Amir Khan, do you want me to stop it? Do you want me to stop it? And he made the final choice. Therefore, this is a technical knockout win, according to the referee, who's now conversing with the commissioner.
Listen.
That is the initial decision.
Bernardo, great job. Dre, you talked about it, the amount of punishment he was taking and the concern from Virgil Hunter that there may be an opportunity where he says, you're not going to take much more of a beating. The opportunity was the pause in the action with the accidental low blow. So don't be confused by the accidental low blow, because the bottom line is the trainer said, I've seen enough. My guys get pummeled here. Let's go up to the ring and make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, after an accidental blow, the blue corner informs referee David Fields that their fighter can no longer continue, obligating him to stop this contest with an official time of 47 seconds of round number 6, declaring the winner by way of technical knockout. Still the WBO welterweight champion of the world, Terrence
Khan was competitive. He really was. He was hurt badly in that first round. He came back, had the combination in the second round. Both guys were stellar in the fourth round. Bud was good early in the fifth. Khan came back late in that same round, but in the sixth round, as the punishment continued to build and build and build, with a pause in the action, with the low blow, the corner makes the decision. Listen, we know where this is going. We have seen enough, and that guy is the best in the biz, and he's putting a lot of hurt on Amir Khan. Let's go to Bernardo.
All right, first it's the hug. Miss Deborah and Terrence Crawford. First things first, it's all about family. Terrence, a little anticlimactic in terms of how it finished because of the low blow, but it was Virgil Hunter who made the decision to stop the fight. What is your feeling?
First of all, it wasn't a low blow. And second of all, Virgil knew the fight was going, in a bad direction, and he saved his fighter before anything bad happened to him.
First round, you dropped him, and it seemed like the bell saved him. What was your impression of the Amir Khan that came out from the second round on?
Well, I was rushing myself a little bit. I was trying to box more and just catch him in the trenches. But you know how it goes.
Now, everybody wants to know about pound for pound. Everybody wants to know about 147. There's a man they call the boogeyman at 147.
That's me.
That's what I wanted to know. Talk to me about what you want next to prove who is the boogeyman at 47.
Well, it's only one fight they talking about, and that's Spence. Whenever you're ready, I'm here.
What are you willing to do to make that happen? The politics are here, the complications. How bad do you want this fight?
Man, listen, like I told you in the interviews, I can't put a gun to the promoters ahead and make them make the fight. So, only thing I can do is continue fighting every person they put in front of me, and we're going to make it happen sooner or later.
The man who can make it happen, thank you very much, Bud, on your performance tonight is right here, Bob Arum. No doubt that Terrence wants this fight. How will this fight happen against Errol Spence?
What?
How can you make the fight happen against Errol Spence?
Errol Spence. Well, listen, we want to fight Errol Spence. Terrence wants, I think Errol wants to fight. There's one guy that's stopping it, and that's Al Heyman. And every boxing fan should refuse to patronize Heyman's fights until he agrees to have Spence fight Crawford.
Now, we all know, Bob, that as a business, when the fight is big enough, you work with Don King, you work with De La Hoya, even Al Heyman. How do you make this
happen? Not Al Heyman. He refuses to allow any of his fighters to get beat by a top-ranked fighter. And if Terrence fights Errol Spence. There's one winner, and that's Terrence Crawford, and Al Heyman refuses to allow it.
Thank you very much, Bob. Let's hope it happens. Now I'm going to have Amir Khan, who's coming over here. Amir, how do you feel after what happened this evening? First of all, I want to apologize to all the fans. I mean, the fight was just getting interesting. Terrence is a great fighter. You know, I'm not taking anything away from him. I now realize why he's one of the best professional fighters in the world. You know, I'm a good boxer, but he was showcasing great skill, great movement. I was caught with a shot right below the belt, and I mean, I could feel it in my stomach. I mean, that's the reason I couldn't continue. I could feel it in the legs. I've never been hit below the belt. Normally, if I have, I normally get up. I'm a warrior. I'm one of them guys. I would never give up. I would not give up a fight like this. You know, I was in pain.
Now, you proved that you were a warrior getting up in that first round and making a fight of it. What was that decision? Did you tell Virgil to stop the fight? Because I saw him asking you, do you want me to stop the fight? How did that happen?
You know what? I mean, I could feel it in my stomach. I mean, my legs kind of seized. And he asked me, are you okay? I said, I've been hit with a low shot. And he said to me, how you feel? I go, I can't move. Now, there's no point taking 5 minutes out. I couldn't continue. I could not continue. I'm not one to give up in any fight. I'll fight till the end. If you have to knock me out to get me to give up, you know. And I'm not one of them fighters. I mean, I was hit with a hard shot below the belt.
Now, you gave up money to fight Terrence Crawford tonight. We saw Kell Brook is here. What's in your future?
I mean, look, I'm just going to go back to the drawing board, spend some time with my family, and see where I go from there. You know, I want to thank Terrence. I want to thank Top Rank for the opportunity. I'm going to come back stronger from this.
Appreciate your time, Amir. Great war tonight. We send it up to Max Kellerman.
If it's ruled intentional, he can win on the ground.
All right, Max Kellerman here with Andre Ward and Mark Kriegel. Guys, we see this in boxing. A guy gets hit low. You're supposed to have up to 5 minutes to continue, right? You can wait for up to 5 minutes at the referee's discretion. Clearly, that was a very low blow. The ref never seems to give the fighter a full 5 minutes. There's always enormous pressure to get the show on the road. It appeared to me that your guy, Virgil Hunter, had thought, maybe we get a DQ out of this, and stops it. But if the blow is ruled unintentional and 5 minutes lapses and the fighter can't continue, then they go to the scorecards and Terrence wins. So as long as they don't think it's intentional, it's academic. Terrence is going to win the fight one way or another. Andre, why do you think Virgil stopped the fight?
Listen, I don't know if he thought they were going to get a DQ or not. I'm assuming he knows the rules in New York City, but I'm glad the fight was stopped. See, it's not just the concussive shot that gets you like the Canelo Alvarez. It's the self-concussive shot over and over again that can damage a fighter. And I called it a couple rounds before it actually happened. It just happened in a different kind of way. Listen, first saw what was happening. Amir Khan was taking a lot of punishment. He's trying to save the kid so he can have a life with his family when all is said and done.
Virgil Hunter standing by with Bernardo Osuna right now.
Virgil, I looked over to the corner and you asked Amir repeatedly, do you want me to stop the fight? Do you want me to stop the fight? Walk me through that decision to finally stop the fight when it was
obvious he was in a lot of pain. Sometimes you can continue and sometimes you can't continue. Depends on how the punch affected you in the testicles. So I thought it was the bone chip in the elbow that he'd been dealing with at first, but he's indicated it was a low blow. So he said it just took the legs right from him. So what else can you do?
your call or his call?
I asked him if he could continue, and he said no.
Okay. Now, Andre Ward, who knows you very well, knows your mindset, how you work in the corner, said a few rounds before you might be thinking about protecting Amir when he was taking punishment. Did that stop in the fight for what was going on in terms of the punches he was taking ever cross your mind?
Well, to me, he was hanging in the fight. He took some punishment, but, it would have been interesting to see how the fight was going. He started to land some punches himself, and he seemed to have picked up on Crawford's rhythm before it happened. Not saying that would have had any outcome on the fight, but I would have liked to see him not take that low blow that incapacitated him.
Thank you very much for your time and your honesty with Virgil Hunter. Max, we'll send it back to you.
So Terrence Crawford said it wasn't a low blow, but the replay showed clearly it was very low.
blow. But, Mark, it was the two-handed body attack in the previous round that Crawford was ripping that seemed to take the fight out of Amir. To me, Amir continued to fight, but I thought it was over in a round or two anyway. How did you see what just happened?
Amir Khan says, with some justification, I've never been outboxed. Until tonight, he was outboxed. Lefty, righty. It was really an extraordinary technical display. The only thing Terrence lacked, I thought, was a little bit of patience early in the fight. Khan did not box poorly. He did not acquit himself badly. He was just outdone by a superior guy. The end was a sort of application of mercy.
Look, Bernardo Osuna asked Terrence in the ring and asked Bob Arum in the ring about Errol Spence. That's the fight everyone wants to see. There are other top welterweights, but our eyeballs all tell us the same thing. Those two guys are the most special guys. But until that fight gets made, we're going to be comparing Spence performances to Crawford performances that in the welterweight division, and pound for pound, we're going to be comparing Crawford's performances to Lomachenko's performances. So, Mark, I see you champing at the bit. What do you got on Spence versus Crawford and Loma versus Crawford?
Let's keep this just for the moment to the welterweights. I'm not shilling here, okay? And Bob was in fine form. Here's my question. What was more impressive? Was it Spence against really a lightweight and Mikey Garcia? Or this performance tonight
against the top 10-ish welterweight in Amir Khan? What do you got, Andre? Spence Crawford and also Crawford Loma for number one pound for pound.
Listen, Crawford did what he was supposed to do against a guy like Amir Khan. That being said, of course I want to see Crawford and Spence. I don't understand why we can't see Crawford and Spence. Like, I've seen a lot of entities, I'll say that, almost brag as if, hey, you can't get this fight, ha. What good does that do for the two fighters? What good does that do for the sport? Now, maybe the game has changed and something got past me, but I thought it was about the build-up and then the crescendo, actually putting the two guys together to make the most money and to determine who the best is.
Before we get to Loma and Crawford, Bob Arum said, and I think it's the opinion of more than a few, and it's not a matter of network allegiance now, or promotional allegiance, that Crawford wants to fight, Spence wants to fight, and Top Rank wants to fight, and Bob Arum named Al Heyman by name, something that Al Heyman seems to really not like, and is calling him out as the impediment to the fight. In your analysis, is that the case?
I'm not on the inside. I don't know the inner workings and if that's true or not. But I do have a question. Why can't the fight get made? If Spence is saying that he wants it, which I believe he does, if Terrence Crawford is saying that he wants it, now Bob Arum is openly saying that he wants it.
Mark,
why can't we have
2 points here. Spence, in point of fact, has more options and better options at the championship level. Let's be honest about that. We don't know what Al Heyman thinks because he's not present. He's not to be heard from. So that's a disadvantage.
Look, Terrence Crawford just brought 14,000 people out to Madison Square Garden, not Omaha, in New York City, to fight a British fighter. And there weren't a ton of Brits that traveled for this fight. There was not a Puerto Rican fighter with a big local following here, or a New York fighter otherwise. This was a guy from over the pond and a guy from Omaha, and based on really the public recognition of the excellence of Crawford more than anything else, 14,000 came to the Garden, and Spence and Mikey drew a very good crowd for both of them at Dallas Cowboy Stadium. Spence and Crawford is already a financial bonanza. Now to Lomachenko versus Crawford. You saw what Loma did last week. You saw what Crawford just did, an unsatisfying ending. Who's the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world?
Nothing changes for me. I don't budge at all. Terrence Crawford is still my number one, and he's going to remain my number one until further notice.
Mark?
I saw Crawford tested more tonight, which I suspected he would be, than we saw Lomachenko tested last week. In my mind, I haven't seen enough to unseat.
Is that testing good because Crawford passed the test, or bad because Khan was able, you felt, to test him a little bit?
It's good as long as it's dramatic. It's good. I mean, it's good as long as it stays in your mind. It's good as long as the impression lasts.
Look, you knew going in that Lomachenko's assignment was easier and stylistically in terms of him looking spectacular. And going in, all three of us had Bud number
won by a thread. And I suppose not enough just happened to change that. But it's by a half a thread now, as spectacular as Lomachenko looked against Krola.
I saw Crawford actually get hit tonight. I did not see Lomachenko get hit. So, to me, it evened up a little bit.
How much more even could it be? All right, guys, a lot of fun. And the next pay-per-view for Crawford, and there will be a next one, hopefully, is against the top welterweight. Until then, Max Kellerman, Andre Ward, Mark Kriegel. Better Biev's title defense coming up in a little bit.